In the grand cosmic theater, few figures are as captivating or as misunderstood as the one we call Lucifer or Samiel. This isn't just a simple story of good versus evil. It's a profound narrative about light, shadow, free will, and rebellion that has echoed through millennia of human thought. So, who was this being before the fall? Let's journey back to the very beginning, to a time before time. Originally, he wasn't known as a figure of darkness. The name Lucifer itself means light bringer or morning star in Latin. In many early traditions, he was envisioned as one of the most brilliant and powerful beings in the celestial court, a radiant archangel basking in the divine light. Picture a being of immense wisdom, beauty, and authority, standing closest to the throne of God. His purpose was to reflect and share that divine light throughout creation. He wasn't just a servant. He was a masterpiece, a testament to the creative power of the divine. This primordial image is crucial to understanding the sheer magnitude of what came next. The fall wasn't just a stumble. It was the extinguishing of the brightest star in the heavens. The story of the fall is perhaps the most famous chapter in this saga. While details vary across different texts and traditions, the core theme is one of rebellion born from pride. The most common telling, popularized by works like John Milton's Paradise Lost, describes a moment of cosmic choice. When God created humanity frail, flawed, and made of earth, he commanded the angels to bow before them. For Lucifer, the light bringer, this was an unthinkable command. How could a being of pure light and spirit, a firstborn of creation, be asked to serve this lesser, newer creation? In his eyes, it was a betrayal of his very nature, an illogical demotion. This refusal wasn't just disobedience. It was a declaration of self-sovereignty. He famously declared, "Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven." This wasn't a choice for evil, but a choice for freedom, as he saw it. This act of cosmic defiance ignited the war in heaven, a cataclysmic battle that saw a third of the angelic hosts side with Lucifer, ultimately leading to their expulsion from the celestial realm. Following the fall, Lucifer's identity undergoes a dramatic transformation. He is cast down from the heavens, and his name, Lightbringer, becomes a cruel irony. He is now the adversary, the accuser. This is where the name Samiel becomes more prominent, especially in Talmudic and Kabbalistic lore. Samiel is often interpreted as the venom of God or the blind God, representing the severe, judgmental aspect of divine power. He is no longer just a fallen angel. He becomes the embodiment of opposition. In the Garden of Eden, it is this adversarial figure, often depicted as a serpent, who tempts Eve. But the temptation isn't with a simple piece of fruit. It's with knowledge, the knowledge of good and evil. He challenges humanity to open their eyes, to become like gods themselves. Is this an act of pure malice? Or is it a continuation of his own quest for self-determination, now being offered to humanity? This is one of the story's most enduring philosophical questions. Over time, the figures of Lucifer, Samiel, and Satan became increasingly intertwined, often seen as one and the same entity. In mainstream Christian theology, he is the ultimate deceiver, the father of lies, whose sole purpose is to lead humanity astray from the divine path. He is the ruler of hell, a domain of eternal punishment for the wicked. This image of a horned, pitchfork-wielding devil became a powerful symbol of absolute evil, a convenient scapegoat for the darkness that resides within humanity itself. He became the face of sin, temptation, and all that is profane. This consolidation turned a complex mythological figure into a one-dimensional villain, serving a clear theological purpose: to delineate a sharp boundary between good and evil, salvation and damnation. But that's not the end of the story. Beyond the confines of traditional dogma, the figure of Lucifer has been reinterpreted and reclaimed by various philosophical and literary movements. The Romantics, for instance, saw him not as a villain, but as a tragic hero or rebel, fighting against tyranny for the sake of individual freedom. He became a symbol of artistic rebellion, intellectual inquiry, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge, even at great personal cost. In these interpretations, his fall isn't a punishment for sin, but the price of enlightenment. He is the ultimate Promethean figure, stealing fire, or in this case, knowledge from the gods and giving it to mankind, suffering eternally for his gift. This view challenges us to question authority and to value the freedom of thought and will above all else. In Gnostic traditions, the narrative takes another fascinating turn. Here, the material world itself is seen as a flawed creation, a prison for the divine sparks trapped within us. The God who created this world, the demiurge, is often viewed as an ignorant or malevolent being. In this context, the serpent in the garden, Lucifer or Samael, is not a tempter to evil, but a liberator. He is a messenger from the true, higher God, trying to awaken humanity to its divine origin and guide it towards gnosis or spiritual knowledge so they can escape the material prison. Here, the roles are completely reversed. The supposed God of the Old Testament is the jailer, and Lucifer is the key-bearer, offering a path to true salvation. This perspective flips the entire good versus evil paradigm on its head. So, what does this ancient myth mean for us today? The story of Lucifer Samael is more than just a religious tale. It's a profound psychological and philosophical mirror. It forces us to confront some of the deepest questions of existence. What is the nature of evil? Is it an external force that tempts us? Or is it a potential that lies within each of us? What is the true value of free will if it can lead to our own downfall? Is unquestioning obedience a virtue, or is righteous rebellion sometimes necessary for growth and progress? The Lightbringer's fall represents the inherent paradox of consciousness. The ability to question, to choose, and to defy is the very thing that makes us human, but it is also the source of our greatest suffering. Ultimately, the myth of the fallen angel is a story about shadow. Not just the shadow of evil, but the shadow self that Carl Jung spoke of, the parts of ourselves we repress, deny, or are afraid to acknowledge. Lucifer represents the journey into that darkness, not to be consumed by it, but to understand it and integrate it. He reminds us that there can be no light without shadow, no creation without destruction, and no wisdom without a painful fall from innocence. Whether you see him as a symbol of ultimate evil, a tragic romantic hero, or a misunderstood liberator, his story continues to challenge and provoke us. It's a timeless epic about the price of knowledge, the struggle for freedom, and the complex, often blurry line between the divine and the defiant. His legacy is not one of simple answers, but of eternal questions that each of us must answer for ourselves. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of mythology's most complex figures. If you enjoyed this exploration, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What does the story of Lucifer mean to you? Until next time, keep questioning.